Hey everybody, Toys of Arkham here, and this is a quick review of the 1/6 scale Catwoman Rebirth by XM Studios. This is of course a 1/6 scale statue, and I actually reviewed this already, albeit for another channel, that being the Batman Statue Collectors channel. And when I did that review, I was very tired and the camera work was terrible. I could barely speak and the lighting wasn't great at all. And to be honest, I just was anxious to get the review done quickly so that Chris could have it on his channel and possibly be the first to review it. So it was done in a bit of a rush. So I have a bit more time on my hands at the moment, and as you can see, I'm in my kitchen and the lighting is far better. Daylight is hitting this statue right at the correct angles, I suppose, and I hope it will complement the statue better than my previous video. So we'll start at the base, and this is it's a quite a weighty piece. It's heavy. It's made of a resin, I think. Now at the very outset, you'll see this incredible gargoyle at the front, which I really love. I'm actually a fan of the Gargoyles Disney cartoon, so I really like this base. I thought it reminded me a lot of the gargoyles from the cartoon Stone by Day, Warriors at Night. And yeah, you could just imagine this guy maybe at nighttime coming alive and jumping off the side of a building. But he's not the centerpiece of this statue. That would be Catwoman, but we'll get to her in a second. So you can see, obviously this is meant to be the top of a roof, and it's got this kind of stained glass look effect here, which is painted on quite nicely. The coppers and greens and greys and darker tones of grey, all very interesting colours that make this look weathered and very realistic. And obviously it's meant to look stone. So the back, again, cracked blocks and bricks, really looks very accurate. Stained glass again. Maybe it's this is the top of a cathedral or a church. And we spin it around. Again, very similar to the other angle that we just saw. And the top of this spire here is done really well. It's kind of like a metallic paint, so it looks like it's almost a metal bronze spike at the top. It's got this real gothic look. I love all that. It looks real dark. You can imagine top of Gotham City's buildings raining sideways, windy, and Catwoman coming out to play. So here is a detachable piece. It's a satchel or a bag, rucksack maybe, and inside of it has the spoils of her night. So she would have gone out and maybe robbed somewhere, stolen these goods. And that is a necklace that comes separately in the box from XM Studios, and also this as well. But you got to be careful and find those because they weren't easy to locate, and I was lucky to just accidentally come across them. Otherwise they could have very easily been thrown out. So inside the bag, again, great detail. The camera will focus on it. Maybe it won't. Yes, you can see all the coins in there, and that's made to look like dollars, dollar signs, dollar coins. Do such things exist? So we'll put the bag back up here, and we see Isis here. Isis the cat. Not the best 1/6 scale cat I've ever seen, if I'm being honest. It's just a plastic, pretty bland mold. And easily detached if you want to take her off and just maybe leave her off altogether. So we look at Catwoman herself, and she's wearing a kind of a latex rubber or maybe leather suit, and there's a sheen off it which adds to the effect of maybe it being wet, maybe, or obviously it's a shiny texture off that suit anyway. So I like the design of the suit, very classic, and the hand looks very naturally draped on the side of the statue, and you can see as well her ankle is kind of twisted in, so it's a really cool natural looking pose, which would be consistent with someone's anatomy if they were to do such a thing on the top of a building, I suppose. Her arm is stretched out, she's wearing these long gloves, and on her fingernails there are these little claws. You can see those, again, really well painted. I like that. And so up her top there you can see it's zipped up, and she's got this sculpt here. It's very Adam Hughes looking, very classic Catwoman. She's got her goggles on, and if we could maybe get a better look at that sculpt, let's see if we can do that. Yes, there we go. Yeah. So what do you think of that sculpt? I initially thought that it was a little bit soft, and I'm after, I suppose, changing my mind a bit, because it's a statue, so you're not going to get the Hot Toys kind of realism that you get in those sort of figures, but it is very nice. I have changed my mind as I look at it through the lens here. But again, the texture on that suit looks amazing. You can see really nice creases, all very natural looking, small details that my other review definitely did not pick up on. So look at that. I mean, I really like that particular silhouette. Just span out a little bit. So her hand is draped back, and she's whipping that big long whip back, ready to pounce. So the whip itself is wire, so you can turn that whichever way you want, manipulate it into many different poses. And we just zoom back in here a little bit more on the details. Spin around, so there's a brown strap and those amber goggles, really nicely painted. Ears on her mask or cowl or hat look really cool. Again, there's all these nice creases in it, nice textures. The collar up, it seems to be, again, very natural crease around here. Looks very realistic. So you really kind of have to have this displayed in a very nicely lit area if one is to appreciate all the little nuances in this. So even look at this, the back of her whip has, the handle has brown and then silver. Again, little details, even the brown grip itself is kind of like a wicket leather. She's got very nice muscularity. She looks like an athletic Catwoman. This kind of a corset design here. It's not a one-piece suit necessarily. You can see that there's a seam here between the two, and it is again, that crease is really accurate to a fabric that would be manipulated into that position. So it's again, very realistic. And again, the boots, they kind of have a bit of a heel on them. she's got her foot bent into that position again, which would be natural. So all these little things that I suppose you wouldn't pick up on originally or initially, poses, like dynamic poses, all the little things have to add up to make it look realistic. And the sculpt on this is absolutely fantastic. Sorry, I got a bit distracted. I think you know what distracted me. And that's another thing. This is a very fully sculpted, very well formed Catwoman. And we just go around, pan out a bit. It's brilliant, really, really cool. I love this statue. It's absolutely amazing. It's a bit hidden in my collection room actually, and you know, this is the thing when you're a collector and you get lots of different things, you move on to the next thing and on to the next thing, and you forget what you actually have and what you truly should be appreciating. And this statue is perfection. It really is. Is it worth the money? I don't know. It's really what you're willing to spend on anything. You know, a lot of people would say, how do you spend a few €100 on a figure anyway? But look at her. She is stunning. She is beautiful. The whole thing, the Gothic element, the base, the cathedral kind of roof, the gargoyle, the suit, her sculpt, the body she has, her face is beautiful. And we'll take her head off here. We'll put on this one. This is her other sculpt. Let me see what you think of that. We can just get some. Oh, it doesn't want to put on. There we go. Yeah. So that's a really beautiful sculpt too. I wouldn't display it with this sculpt. That's not to say I don't like it. I do. It's just not Catwoman, obviously. I mean, it is, but it's not the way she would look in the usual sense. Her hair is short, which would be, you know, consistent with someone who is to burgle somewhere, rob somewhere. They would probably not want to be leaving long strands of hair behind them. So that makes sense. Yeah, it's really nice that they gave us the second sculpt. So I ordered this, well over 2 years ago. I kept on getting pushed back, and they kept on saying as an excuse that they were working on the sculpt. So, you know, the sculpts are amazing. They really are. They're stunning. I mean, you can, I mean, actually, are they the same person? Possibly not. What do you guys think? But yeah, love this statue. We'll go back to the original look just for a second. Sorry there, Selena. Celine A and Celine B. Just a small insight into my rubbish humor. Yeah, the lighting just changed there. The sun just beamed in, so we're not getting as, we're not catching the detail as much there. But anyway, we did earlier on, so I'm happy enough with this review. I hope for those of you who checked out the other review, this is to a better standard and it gives you a better look at what this figure is all about, or the statue. I am delighted. There aren't too many iterations of Catwoman in 1/6 scale, be it statue or action figures. So I'm delighted to have this, and although I can't pose her into different, well, obviously I can't put her into different poses, but this pose is fantastic, and sure, why would I change this? It's seamless, it is awesome. So please like, comment and subscribe, and if you've got any feedback on this, let me know. Otherwise, I will see you next time, and please do check out my Instagram account, Toys of Arkham. All right, guys, take care, and thanks again. Bye-bye.